loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're getting into handbag inserts. If you've been following me on Instagram, I've been going back and forth on which ones I'm gonna get. There's so many different companies that do these. For Christmas this year, instead of asking for a handbag, I actually asked for a ton of bag inserts. For a gift from my partner, I picked them all out, all the colors. He just ordered them for me. $500 worth of bag inserts to try out. This box is massive and we're gonna get into it. I did just rip off shipping labels and make sure they came okay, but you can see they're still in their plastic. By the way, if you're new here, hi, my name is Morgan. I make videos about luxury handbags, fashion, and lifestyle. So if that's your thing, please subscribe and turn on notifications. And let's get into trying out live on camera for the first time over $500 worth of SAMORGA inserts. Okay, so I decided to go with SAMORGA. I know they do sponsor a lot of influencers. I'm not one of them. Let's get into this first package. These two are for Hermes bags, and one of them is still sitting in the US. I ordered it to the US and it arrived after I left the last time, so we're just gonna put this one aside. You will be seeing it at a later date. But this little guy is for my Picotin. I will say I went back and forth between SAMORGA and 7RP inserts until I find a color I just love from 7RP for an insert. I don't want to go for that because it's so extremely pricey, though I know Hermes lovers say that those are like the best inserts. Let's put this little one in my Picotin. So there's the insert inside. This is a bit of a squishy one. I do think that this allows the Picotin to still have its slouchy shape. Because my bag already had a bit of like a bend here, it's not going to fix it, but I was really hoping that whatever insert I got would kind of help with that problem. I think this will be a good liner for the Picotin. It does have a couple of pockets in the front and in the back, which I really appreciate because the Picotin doesn't have anything. I think this is a good one for now. I'll let you know how I get on with all of these. I'll probably do like little reviews on my TikTok or Instagram. Let's get into this next package of inserts. There are actually quite a few in here. You recognize this insert. I wanted an insert for my Celine Nano. As you can see, it has a little bit of structure wear here in the corners. I did get mine pre-loved, so let's see how it looks with the insert inside. This I really like. You can feel how this insert is holding up the bag and keeping it tall. I can tell that this is going to be one that really helps prevent sagging over time just because of how it's propped underneath this here. I do think for a bag like this, it's a little bit softer, and as you can tell, like over time it's gotten a little sagging here. I think if you started out with an insert in this, it could help really keep the shape. When I'm holding the bag, I can feel the structure sitting taller with this insert inside. Speaking of bags with a lot of good organization, the Coco handle is one of them. But the newer Coco handles are leather lined. The thinner version for this one, just to protect the leather, because I feel like leather scratches easily and it's not always as easy to clean. Here is it with the two inserts inside. This is one I think if you do have a leather lined Coco handle, this is a really great thing just to keep that inside looking new longer. For the thinner one, I don't think this is great as a base shaper for the Coco handle, but I do think it's perfect for what I wanted it for. We have my Prada Re-Edition. This one even has the tiny one for the pouch on the strap, like a squishy bag, so I really wanted something to give it more structure. Let's pop this in and see how it does. It really gives that new from boutique kind of look with the pouch because it's very filled. This insert feels more firm than the other one. For the bag itself, I think it definitely did give some structure, but like it's still squishy, so it's not fully rigid with the insert, but I do think it helps a lot. Like the structure looks much better on the front. It doesn't have as much crinkling and dipping, and on the side you can see it really fills it out. I've noticed when I wear this bag, it molds to the things that you put inside. We'll definitely be interested to see if it helps keep a smooth appearance on the front while packing your stuff more neatly inside. And I would still stuff this with dust bags inside the insert for storage just to fill the shape even more. Not through the last package yet, but I need to go ahead and open this one up so I can figure out which one goes with which bag. Okay, so these are some of the bigger ones. So I think I know now which one goes in which bag. Next bag is the reason why I even made these orders, because the interior is leather and this is a bag that I want to have for life. I also wanted to make sure that whatever insert I get, it really helps reinforce the corners of the bag, so that will be a big test on this one. Now, these are looking a bit big. I'm wondering if I got the right size. You can definitely see it's not fitting in here. So I don't know what happened with the sizing with this. I'm gonna have to check and see if maybe I ordered the wrong size or what happened. After doing a bit of investigation, what it looks like here, the old MM size is 36 centimeters, and what they're calling the PM size insert is 31.5 centimeters, which is the new MM. From what my essay said, my bag is an MM size. There was a PM size that was bigger, so I don't know how the old MM size would be bigger than the new MM size. I guess lesson learned, measure your bags and make sure that you're getting the right insert for your bag. I guess that is my own fault and I'll have to order another one, but I did get a little bit confused. I have my on the go. I know when I show like a big black object, the lighting changes, so I'll try to make this quick, but I just wanted to show you the side. You can see it's sagging a bit. This is a travel bag for me. I'm not precious about it, but I did go for the insert that was like the thickest option that they had. So let me pop this inside and let's see what we think. This one is one that I actually really wanted it to help provide structure. So let's see how it does. Yeah. You can tell a noticeable difference. I don't know if it's as noticeable on camera, but I can feel it, like the corners are more filled out, and I do think that when I travel it'll prevent more sagging. I probably should have started with this. It looks great inside. I went for a pop of color so I could see everything. I really think this is a great investment for such a utilitarian bag in my collection. I have my Neverfull. Again, you can see a little buckling in the corners, but this is again a very utilitarian bag in my collection. I expected that with this. I don't baby this bag very much. I went for pink because I think it matches really nicely with the bag. So let's pop this in here to remove the pouch. Oh wow, yeah. This really has the perfect fit. This is like the snuggest one so far. It's filling out the corners quite well. They must be making this one for quite a while because the Neverfull is so popular. So I'm sure that's why this one's so great. Look at it on the inside. It really provides that extra structure to help this stand up tall. I think this is great for storage as well. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. I've been meaning to, but I'm so glad I now have one in my Neverfull. I have my very, very old pocket bag from Louis Vuitton. I went for a really fun purple with this one. It needs help to stand up, and I'm really hoping that this insert will do that. Look at that. It's such a nice snug fit. I think they really have it like perfect with their Louis Vuitton ones. This one I know is going to be the perfect addition to this bag because this bag needs a lot of help. But look at that. It stands up. You can kind of see it a little bit. It stops right here. But honestly, this bag needs it. Another bag that I've been meaning to get something to help with the organization is my Givenchy Antigona. This is a size small and I got the pink to match. Yes, that's perfect. Okay, let me show you inside. I wanted this specifically for the water bottle holder. This bag really can fit so much, but I find the things just kind of roll around in here. And obviously this does not need to help with structure. One of those bags that when I want to carry a water bottle, it's one of the options I go for. This lining will help protect it as well, because if you are going to carry a water bottle, it's probably a good idea to have an insert in case something spills. This is a bag I've had for a long time and it's been very well loved. Like, this is probably one of my most used, most loved, kind of beaten up designer bags. I now use it more of like a beach bag, but I decided to try getting an insert for it to see if we could breathe a little life back into this. So let's see how it goes. So here it is on the inside. This is what it looks like after I've put the insert. So it definitely gives it a lot more shape. I think with a slouchy bag like this, you can't expect the world. But especially when you put it on your shoulder like this, I can see that it's really helping keep the bottom, because otherwise this whole thing just like collapses. So I had a little bit of an order oopsie. I definitely ordered the wrong size for my vintage Jackie. I thought if I got the biggest size for like the new Jackie that it would fit mine, but I guess it doesn't. So if you have a vintage Jackie, maybe going for the new Jackie organizer isn't really gonna work. Just a little update, that Gucci Jackie insert fit really well into my Chanel nylon here on the outside, so it didn't go to waste. Love my Prada Crystal Re-Edition, and it definitely needs a little help on the inside. It is satin lined. I have gotten a few marks on it already, and it's definitely time for this to get an insert. For like nothing more than just protecting the lining. Here is the inside, and it does give a pocket, so that's nice. Like I could keep my cards in here instead of using a card holder. It goes almost all the way up to the zipper, so you're like fully protected. I thought this eggshell color would be like an off-white, which is kind of like the inside of this bag, but it's really more of a beige, but I think this will do the job. Let's zip it up and see the shape. I do think it helps a little bit with the shape. I think when I'm carrying it, this will help with sagging, because this is again one of those that when you put your stuff in it, it just kind of forms around the stuff. Not as bad as the other Re-Edition from Prada, just the nylon, but it does have that tendency to kind of mold to what you put in it. So that covers all the inserts that I got, and I have a few final thoughts for you. Of course, these are first impressions. One, I think they're great for organization for larger bags, especially my Neverfull. I think that fit was one of the best fits out of all the inserts. I think it's also good for the on the go, but it could have been a little bit of a tighter fit. I think it's because the way the edges are done on that bag that it wasn't as snug and wasn't holding it up as much as a Neverfull, but I do still think it's worth it, and I do still think it will help with the structure over time. As for the really soft bags like the Prada Re-Editions, I do wish that they provided more structure. I did go for the thickest option they had available on the listing for those bags, but I kind of wish there was something even a little bit thicker that would really help hold that structure even more, because those don't really need organization to me. It's more about protecting the inside, especially of my white crystal one, and giving that bag more structure. Also think if you're just looking for something to protect the inside of your bag, especially if it's leather lined like my Coco handle, I do feel that the thin 1.2 mm is perfect just to protect the inside. Even though I was really worried that it would compromise on space, I didn't feel like it took up that much room. Now that I'm happy with the fit, I am gonna look into ordering more of the inserts for like my mini bags that have leather interiors. I do feel like for my Hermes Picotin, I am gonna continue looking at other options. I wanna get some other inserts to compare it to, because I do feel like that the corners were just not quite filled out as much as I wanted them to be. That bag really needs help with keeping the structure, and I was hoping that the insert would do a little bit more for that. But overall, would I recommend them and would I order again based on my first impressions? Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first impressions review of my SAMORGA organizers. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok to see how I style my bags and how I'll be using my inserts, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!